think vulnerability is weakness. I used to hide my feelings, thinking it made me strong. I'd act tough, avoid deep conversations, pretend everything was fine. But it pushed women away and left my relationships shallow, like a house built on sand. Then I discovered Stoicism, and it showed me that vulnerability isn't weakness, it's courage. It's the strength to be real even when it's scary. Today, we're diving deep into why being vulnerable makes you stronger in relationships and how to do it the Stoic way. Picture a man sharing a heartfelt moment by a quiet campfire, his authenticity lighting up the night. Welcome to Stoic wisdom. Let's get started. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Vulnerability is about controlling how you show up, honest, authentic, brave. It's not about oversharing or seeking pity, it's about building trust through courage. I used to think admitting fears would make me seem less masculine. Wrong. When I told a date I was nervous about my career, she opened up too, and we connected deeply, like two travelers sharing stories on a long journey. Seneca said, "To be even-minded is the greatest virtue." Vulnerability is balance, showing your truth without losing strength. Reflect on one feeling you're afraid to share, like insecurity or excitement. Write it down to understand it better, like a philosopher examining his soul. For 2 weeks, journal daily about one emotion you're hesitant to express, and note how facing it builds your courage, like clearing fog from a mirror. You can't be vulnerable with others if you're not honest with yourself. Stoics face their inner truth. I used to hide my insecurities about not being enough. Journaling helped me confront them, like shining a light into a dark room. Epictetus said, "You cannot learn what you think you already know." My friend Mike admitted he feared rejection, and that honesty gave him clarity in dating. Write down one insecurity you've been avoiding, like fear of failure or not being loved. For a month, journal weekly about how facing this truth changes your perspective, building the courage to share with others, like a warrior preparing his heart for battle. Vulnerability isn't dumping emotions, it's sharing with intention. I once told a woman about my work stress, not to complain, but to build trust. She appreciated my openness and it deepened our bond. Marcus Aurelius said, "Speak only what is true and necessary." In your next deep conversation, share one meaningful thought or feeling, like a goal or fear. Start small, like saying, "I'm passionate about this, but it scares me too." Journal how it deepens the connection, like planting a seed for trust. For 3 weeks, practice intentional sharing in conversations and reflect on how it strengthens your relationships, like a gardener nurturing a sapling. Vulnerability means risking rejection, but that's where growth happens. I was terrified to tell a woman I loved her, fearing she wouldn't say it back. I did it anyway, and though it didn't work out, I felt stronger for trying. Seneca said, "Fire tests gold, adversity tests strong men." Start with small risks, like admitting a minor insecurity to a friend. Write down how it felt to take the risk, like a climber scaling a steep slope. For a month, take one small, vulnerable risk weekly, like sharing a dream, and journal how it builds your tolerance for vulnerability, like a muscle growing stronger with use. Vulnerability fosters trust, the bedrock of relationships. My friend Tom shared his doubts about his career with his partner, creating a safe space for her to open up to. Epictetus said, "You become what you give your attention to." Focus on creating trust through honesty. Ask your partner or date an open-ended question like, "What's something you've overcome?" Share your own answer to build mutual vulnerability. Reflect afterward on how it deepens your connection, like two warriors lowering their shields. For 2 months, practice this in every significant conversation and journal how trust grows, like a bridge connecting two shores. Vulnerability doesn't mean losing yourself. A Stoic knows their worth isn't tied to others' reactions. When I shared my feelings and got rejected, I reminded myself my value remains. Seneca said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Before being vulnerable, tell yourself, "My worth is mine, no matter her response." Journal afterward about how it felt to stay grounded, like a tree standing firm in a storm. For 3 weeks, practice this affirmation before vulnerable moments and reflect on how it preserves your self-respect, like a fortress unshaken by siege. Vulnerability is a skill. The more you practice, the stronger you get. I started small, sharing minor feelings with friends, and it made opening up in relationships easier. Marcus Aurelius said, "Practice what you preach." Commit to one vulnerable act each week, like sharing a fear or dream, and reflect on how it impacts your relationships, like a craftsman refining his art. For 2 months, track these acts and note how vulnerability becomes easier, like a path worn smooth by frequent travel. One final Stoic tool is gratitude for vulnerability's lessons. Each time you open up, you learn about yourself and others. Seneca said, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." After a vulnerable moment, write down 3 things you gained, like deeper trust or self-awareness. This shifts vulnerability from fear to growth, like sunlight nourishing a seedling. As we see a man sharing a heartfelt moment under a starry sky, know this. Vulnerability is strength. It builds trust and deepens relationships. Be honest, share with purpose, stay grounded in your worth. Pick one practice: facing your truth, sharing intentionally, risking rejection, building trust, staying grounded, practicing consistently, or finding gratitude, and try it this week. Imagine yourself a year from now, open yet strong, like a river flowing freely yet powerfully. Subscribe to Stoic Wisdom for more ways to build stronger connections. Drop a comment. Have you ever found strength in vulnerability? Like this video, share it with a friend, and let's grow together.